I am the biggest Jiren hater on planet Earth, and I'm going to tell you why. Hey y'all, it's your girl Black Bulma. Welcome back to my channel where you guys know we sit and talk everything Dragon Ball in the world of Akira Toriyama. And if you know me, if I have any of my fans that's watching this, anybody that knows me, y'all know I have such a hatred for Jiren. It's almost illegal how much I hate Jiren as a character. Now, let me start off by saying a lot of people think that I hate Jiren because of Goku. I have seen that so many times. When I sit and talk about like why I dislike Jiren, the first thing people think is, oh, she just doesn't like that Jiren was like mollywhopping Goku and was embarrassing him in the Tournament of Power. That is not true. That is not true, I swear. If that was the reasons why I hate Jiren, then I would hate Frieza, I would hate Broly, I would hate Tien did Goku dirty in OG Dragon Ball. If that was the reason why I hated Jiren, then trust me, then y'all would have it. But no, there are specific reasons on why I hate Jiren, and I am going to dedicate this video to break it down for y'all so y'all understand. Now, as you guys know, Jiren was one of the kind of big guys in the Tournament of Power who Goku went up against to, you know, save his universe and things like that. They did multiple battles towards each other where, of course, Jiren majority of the time had the upper hand. It even got to a point where you guys know Goku did a spirit bomb and we just thought Goku was done in the Tournament of Power. Like, we just thought he was gone. But then obviously that spirit bomb got turned into energy for Goku to go Ultra Instinct, and then they did, you know, more fighting and throughout the entire Tournament of Power. So y'all already watched the Tournament of Power. I don't need to break that down for y'all. If y'all are following my page or have watched Dragon Ball, I'm sure that you guys have watched the Tournament of Power. But I want to get into why I specifically hate Jiren. Now, the entire point of the Tournament of Power is to make sure that your universe survives. That is the point. Ego aside, just your job is to make sure you do everything in your power, everything in your arsenal, every technique you have, every power up that you can transform into, every transformation you are supposed to use to make sure that your entire, not planet, not solar system, not galaxy, not, you know, city, your entire universe doesn't get erased. That is the purpose. You work with you and 9 other people are supposed to work together to make sure your universe survives and doesn't get erased by Grand Zeno. And for some reason, Jiren heard that and was just like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. God, what? I'm gonna use all of my power and actually, you know, make sure my universe stays alive? No. That wasn't Jiren's purpose. I feel like to Jiren, all of this was just not even important to him. I feel like Topo just dragged him there, like had to like literally drag him there. And then when he got there, he was just like, yeah, these peons, these irrelevant people just don't even like match up to my power. Like, why would I sit and just waste my time on these peons? Let them destroy themselves, which is a good idea. Like, if you want to conserve your power and energy and things of that nature, if you know there's some people that's just not even worth, like, you know, expending your energy on, then that's fine. But that wasn't really the case with Jiren, because there were multiple heavy hitters on the Tournament of Power where I feel like if Jiren actually, and this is point number 1, guys, if Jiren actually used the power that he had, he could have took out so many heavy hitters in the beginning of the Tournament of Power. Instead of sitting there just kind of surveying the scenery, like scoping the scenery out, he just kind of sat back and chilled. And not to say that he didn't really do anything, because obviously he went up against Vegeta and then he went up against Kale, but it's like, if Jiren actually used his power and took the tournament as serious as Topo and Dispo and the rest of his teammates was, he definitely could have took out some heavy hitters before they got as powerful as they were. Hint hint, Goku. Now, my second point, and a lot of people I think some people agree with me with this. I'm not gonna hold you. I do think some people agree with me with this. Jiren's backstory is so fucking boring. It's boring. It's so boring. Let me ask you guys this. How many people do you know have that same backstory of, oh, somebody died, my family died, my mom died, my sister died, my whole family died. Now, you know what I mean? It's just like, but the thing with Jiren is, like, he was upset about it, but his story was just so boring. Like, you could have gave him like such a different backstory to kind of make him, you know, just be a little bit unique in a way. But the whole my family died and my master died and then there's just this mysterious person, we don't even know who the fuck killed his family. Like, we don't even know. Like, there was no more lore after that. Like, we just got dropped with all Jiren's people that he loved died and they fought this mysterious being and that was it. Like, it's boring. Like, and obviously, I mean, I know y'all gonna, oh, that's not a reason to hate a character. To me, it's like, when it comes to villains, I like villains. You either going to be evil to be evil, or you're going to be evil with a purpose, right? And not to say Jiren wasn't evil, because he wasn't evil. But if you're going to do evil things or come off as antagonistic, you need to do it just because you want to do it, or because you have a purpose. And I feel like Jiren didn't really have a purpose to be as antagonistic as he was in a Tournament of Power, which is going to lead to the third reason why I just absolutely hate Jiren. Now, I'm not gonna hold y'all, this is probably my top reason for hating Jiren, like being his biggest hater. Like I'm talking about K-Dot hater. Like, I hate the way that you talk, the way that you dress, like all it. I just, you know what I'm saying? Like, so Jiren is someone who felt he felt getting the people that you love taken away from you, right? Someone killed your family, your master, and things of that nature. Now, you would think he would be like sympathetic. He would never do something like that. Why would you sit and take somebody else's family and friends away from them, right? No, that's not Jiren. This man legit points a beam, or I think it was like a energy blast, at Goku's friends and family. Because as you guys may know, Goku gets inspiration to fight and to protect and to do the things that he does because he cares about the people around him. Obviously, it's like a more of a mental energy boost. It's not something that you can physically, like, they're not physically giving Goku power, but it's more like motivation. Like, Goku gets the inspiration to protect his friends and families and even people he don't know, simply off the fact that he doesn't want to see people die, or he doesn't want to see his loved ones, you know, kind of be erased, right? And in Jiren's mind, it's just like, no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. You need to understand what pain is. You need to feel real pain. You need to see what I went through. You need to understand that you need to fight alone and you're always going to be alone. This man is just mad depressed, which I understand, but to sit and want to take out Goku's family and friends because you're jealous that he has that is absolutely diabolical to me. Like, it really just made no sense. And even though I feel like up to that point, like, I already was skeptical about Jiren, just to see him do that kind of just put like the icing on the cake. Now, I had decided to read the manga version of the Tournament of Power just to see. There was a lot of differences, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of the things that I'm complaining about that happened in the anime did not happen in the manga when it came to Jiren and Goku, but it still happened either way. So I decided to actually read the manga version of the Tournament of Power just to kind of see if there was any type of subtle differences, which, like I said, there were. But again, there was another moment which really made no sense to me. And if you read the Tournament of Power, the manga version of it, you will know what I'm talking about. There is a moment where Frieza is battling Topo and Dispo, and you know, Frieza's like 2 seconds away from knocking both of them off in the Tournament of Power, and then Jiren jumps in to try to help them. And you know, Topo and Dispo, they're literally sitting on this pillar of the Tournament of Power that's floating in the air, I believe. And you know, he's like, okay, thanks Jiren, thanks for helping. Jiren like, what? Yo, Jiren pulled a Vegeta and Nappa situation. He said, I'm not helping you peons. You guys are bozos. Like, get out of here. Y'all let Frieza get y'all to this point. Obviously, I'm paraphrasing right now, but you know what I mean? That's the vibe he gave. It's just like, I don't need you anymore. Goodbye. And then you just see them fall out the tournament of power, and they just sitting there like disappointed. It's like, damn, like the fact that we not even strong enough, and then they blame themselves. That's the funny part. They sit and they blame themselves for not being worthy of helping Jiren in the end, right? So it was just kind of funny in a way that like Jiren was just so self-absorbed because he thought he could do everything on his own at the end, that he literally let his own teammates fall off the pillar of the tournament of power and get eliminated, which would have been two people that could have helped you. Even if you did lose, you would have still had an additional person who could, or two additional people who could have, you know, help you survive help your universe survive. So, you know, that was just a ridiculous moment to me. And then I'm just gonna slide in my favorite moment with Goku and Jiren, where Goku and Jiren actually do a full-on 1v1 in the tournament. I mean, they had different 1v1s obviously, but this 1v1 is my favorite because it really kind of shows you how embarrassing Jiren is as a character. So Jiren goes up against Ultra Instinct Goku. They go back and forth, you know what I mean? Jiren's full power, Goku's Ultra Instinct, and the fight is just simply fantastic. But the moment that I love the most is when Goku does his Kamehameha wave and Jiren just taking a blast full on, no diddy. Like, I'm telling you, like, that moment was just so amazing to me, right? And then it just flashes to Jiren just laying on the ground. Like, he's defeated. He's done. Like, no more power. Goku honestly could have knocked him out and won the tournament of power at that moment. I will always stand on that. But obviously the dialogue and Goku wanted to speak to Jiren, which made no sense to me when Jiren was literally on the ground saying, I'm finished. I'm a bozo. You won, Goku. You're the best. You are the superior one. I should have never underestimated you. I should have never slept throughout 80% of the tournament of power. You know, I should have been more aware. Like, he clearly didn't say all of that, but that's how I interpreted it. That's how I interpreted it. But yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like, I just love that moment because it's just like Jiren's just sitting there, like, he just had all this ego and he had all this like motivation to feel like, you know, all these people are peons to me, even Goku. Like, you can't match my power. Now look at you, you're just sitting on the ground getting, you know, finished by a Kamehameha wave and you're done. Now to the final moment I want to talk about with Jiren's decisions, obviously with the help of Belmod. You know, Belmod did lead Jiren on a little bit with some of the decisions he's made in the Tournament of Power, which resulted in Jiren fighting alone. He had no one else. It was him versus 3 people from Universe 7. And while Jiren had this almighty power boost that kind of came out of nowhere when he was already laying on the ground, I mean, he still was able to hold his own against Goku and Frieza and, you know, try to survive. You know what I mean? I feel like if he had Dispo and Topo there, or one of his other teammates, it would have been a little bit easier for him to save Universe 11. But again, with his ego and this power trip and his underestimation of Universe 7 or any other universe, that's the reason why it led into the situation that he was in now. Now, a lot of people always come to me and be like, oh, Jiren was jumped. Yeah. I dare y'all to talk to any Dragon Ball fan about Jiren, and the first thing they'll say is, oh, Jiren had to get jumped. I mean, when you have a universal bout with 12 teams of 10, that's just going to happen. You're working with 9 other people to jump other universes to win. So if I have 3 people with me and you're by yourself, there's no time for 1v1s. Like, you really thought that Goku and Frieza was like, no, chill Goku, I got this. Chill Frieza, I got this. Chill 17, no. We got to save our family, our friends, our loved ones, people of Earth, people of the universe, from being completely erased. Like, you're not even going to King Yemen. Like, you're just erased. Like, you no longer exist. There's no paper trail of you, literally. So yeah, me, even though we might be banged up, bruised up, power level on 10, we knocking Jiren out, and that's exactly what they did. Shout out to 17. So that's probably the last reason why I despise Jiren, is because of his miscalculations and his ego. It led to him and his entire universe being erased. And that is the reason why Universe 7 won, and that is the reasons why things happened the way that it did. And of course, I love the ending part where you will see Jiren apologizing. Now, a lot of people think that I'll just be yapping, and if that's what you think, fine. But you don't have to necessarily apologize if you didn't do anything wrong, right? So why apologize? That's the one thing I will say about Jiren, is he didn't learn his lesson about teamwork and not being self-absorbed until the end, where you just see him flickering flickering away. I don't know if I'm gonna edit that or not, but he's like you did all of this stuff in the end, and then you still ended up getting erased and apologizing to your teammates. If I was top on Dispo, I'll be mad as fuck. But hey, I still think that Jiren made horrible decisions. I feel like he should have took the tournament a little bit more serious, and I feel like he was a little bit emotional, and I feel like he was jealous of Goku a little bit. I will say, just to give a little bit of positivity, that I do like Jiren's fights in the Tournament of Power. I loved him fighting Goku. I loved him fighting Vegeta. Like, I really do enjoy his fights and his confidence, but his confidence was really the end all be all. If it was if it was outside of a situation where you had to keep your universe alive, then yeah, I would say Jiren is definitely a great fighter. But a tactician, you know, someone who knows how to make proper decisions, absolutely not. Jiren's a bozo, and that's the reason why his universe got erased. But that's it for this video, guys. That is the reasons why I absolutely despise Jiren. I feel like he's a bozo and he's a horrible character. People hate when I call him an antagonist, because antagonist doesn't necessarily mean evil. He was just the adversary of the protagonist in that arc. You know what I'm saying? He was the person that ultimately was going to be the ending battle of the arc. So that's why I call him an antagonist. But let me know what you guys think. Do you think I was valid in my take on why I hate Jiren, or do y'all still love Jiren for what he's done and his impact on the Tournament of Power? You know what I mean? Let me know in the comments. And of course, I appreciate you guys watching the entirety of this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and write your comments and let me know what you guys think. Again, I appreciate you watching the full thing, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.